And Sam, and welcome to What Are We Doing Here?
Let's get yapping.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Hear ye, hear ye. Welcome to episode 5003.
Do you know what number it is?
19?
20.
Oh, are we on 20?
This is episode 20, and it's about to be a good episode. We have first updates that we want to tell our 5 friends. Well, actually 6 friends, because people keep sharing our podcast, and we've been getting more like
We have
people
26, 24 friends on YouTube.
I don't know. Across all platforms, we have a decent amount of friends.
28
So we appreciate.
friends. We have 28 friends on YouTube, guys.
We also have Instagram. We also have TikTok. So I appreciate all of you sending this to your friends and sharing it because that's been really cool. We're like, look, we got a new friend. It's very fun. So we're going to go through updates that we have and things that we want to tell our 6 friends. And then Bree found, do you want to tell them what you found or do we just want to wait?
We'll just wait. We'll just go.
All right, go. First update. I bought a bike. So triathlon, right? We're doing that. I needed a bike, so I bought a bike. It's a cute purple bike, and Hunter bought purple pegs, like the nice pegs, so they match. Mm-hmm. He just put them on an hour ago. They're really cute. And I was like, I would have never bought something like that.
Insert bike pic.
Insert bike pic. I would have never bought something like that, but he was like, it's $20. Like, it makes the world of difference. And I was like, thanks for buying it. That was a good idea. So it's very cute. We also went for the 6-mile bike ride the other day, and I'm not sore. I thought I was going to be sore. Like, I was a little sore yesterday in the sense of, like, sitting on a bike that I haven't done in over a decade. But otherwise, it was totally fine.
Good. Yeah, we went on a 10-mile, basically 10 miles, 10-mile
Yeah,
bike
you did
ride
10 miles.
on Saturday, immediately got off the bike, and then jogged a mile.
Yep.
Because you got off. At least I got off. Mom did too. We got off and we were like, oh my God, we cannot walk. And so it's like you like try to run and your legs are like, nope. And so I was like, we're walking. But this is what we're doing, guys. We're going to get better because you're supposed to swim, get out from swim, go straight to riding your bike, ride your bike, get off the bike and run. And so we're trying to work up to swimming and then working out and then now biking and then running. So we are getting, that's why my hair is wet, guys. We just got done with swim and then a leg workout. So I think this is the most that I've worked out since college. And
this is fun. I love doing things like this.
I actually feel really good and I don't feel forced and I'm really excited to do it. And I'm like trying to find the time where I can to work out for this. So it's like I have a purpose to work out. And so I really, really like it. Me and Sam were actually talking like after this, if we would do like a for real triathlon or like do we do a 10K or like do we do the mud run, an obstacle course? Like I want to keep doing stuff. I think it would just be really fun. I also just want to say like I'm so proud of my mom. Like my dad is laughing because my mom is in her mid 50s and she's like about to kick all of our butts at this triathlon. She was doing hot works like every day for the past like 6 months now. So basically she's been either biking, running, or doing a workout, not just like one workout, but like workout for like an hour and a half, 2 hours every day.
It's
nearly
crazy.
Every day. And it's nuts. And I think she feels really good. She's looking really good. Like, not that she didn't look good before, but I mean, like, she feels good. She looks good. I am like,
I'm nervous.
I will die to keep up with my mother. I will literally kill myself to keep up with my mom. That I was like, my 50-something mom is about to whoop my butt at this triathlon. So I'm trying, guys, but I really think mom's gonna kick our butt.
I'm definitely nervous, and like I think that's why I love training, like love doing these things. I mean, I like the idea of training for like doing a triathlon next year, half marathon bike, or like I've always wanted to do it, so
I think we work our way up because I thought I would never run anything more than a 5K, but now I'm like, I'm gonna be.
We just talked about a 10K.
We just talked about a 10K because I was like, well, shoot, if this triathlon goes well, like, I'd be down to do more 5Ks. And then if the 5K starts getting easy, like, challenge ourselves to do a 10K, which
Yep.
to me is like nuts. I don't think I've ever run that far in my life. Like,
Have you
I
ever
would've
wanted to? No.
No. Like,
Okay.
I was like anything more than a mile, like in track, I was always a sprinter. Like anything more
Yep.
than the quarter mile, I was like, no, I'm okay. Like
No,
they tried to
thank
get me
you.
to do the half mile, the 800, and I was like,
Yep.
no. Like
I did the
absolutely
400 in middle school, but I did the 400.
not. Oh yeah, I did the 400 all day. I hated it. It's the worst race
It's
on the planet.
hard.
But now I'm
Hard.
like, I can actually like kind of run and like
Yep.
it's fun and I like it. Like today I had like kind of a difficult day at work where I was like
Yep.
frustrated and my first thought was, I'm gonna go home and run. And I was like,
Yep. Isn't that a fun feeling?
yeah, and I did. I went, well, I didn't run, but I went and worked out and swam and stuff, but I feel so good. Anyway, so that's our triathlon update and I'm so excited.
I'm very excited.
So
and I
excited.
want to do, we talked about a mud run, but we
Mhm.
want like actual obstacles because we talked about your mud run where you had to like not get dirty. We already talked about that, but
You had to like
we want
force
one,
yourself
like-
to get dirty. I don't want to force myself to lay just to say I got mud on me. Like I want to have to go through mud when I'm on the obstacles.
yes.
So
Okay, update 2. Because of your suggestions, I found a dress on Amazon and then it got lost in transit. Did I tell you that?
no, that's like the worst thing ever. What a horrible experience for you, for someone who doesn't order Amazon to be like, oh, it'll be here in 2 days, for it to get lost in transit. Cause then you're like, this is why I don't order stuff on Amazon. So that, well, hopefully, I mean, obviously it made it here because I've seen it.
Yeah.
So
It's gorgeous. It's very cute. And then Whitney came over, was at your house, and we were on FaceTime. We talked for almost 2 hours at that time, and Whitney was like, what are you doing? And you were like, on the phone with Sam. And then she texted like an hour later, what are you doing? Still on the phone with Sam.
well, and then she texted me a couple more times, and then she was like, hello, like, are you alive? And I was like, I'm still on the phone with Sam. And she was like, fuck it, I'm coming over. I said, okay. If she showed up, she goes, don't hang up. I said, that's not even in question. I was laughing too. I was telling her that every time we would talk before and I was talking to James, like, I'd be like, oh, like, I would text him and be like, oh, Sam called, like it'll be
yeah.
short. And he's like, yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. I'll see you in a few hours. And I'm like, no, really? And he's like, again, I'll see you in a few hours. Like, have fun talking to your best friend. Like,
I've done
totally
that.
not in a good way too. But he was just like, it's never short with you guys as much as you
No.
can try your hardest. And I was like,
We
okay, fine,
do
yeah, I'm gonna
try
talk to her.
sometimes, and like 30 minutes is short.
Yeah. Like usually,
Like-
and we're like, okay. It's been 30 minutes. Okay, guys. Okay. We have to get off now. And then we'll be like, but, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, okay, no, really, we said this 7 minutes ago. We were going to get off. And we're like, yeah. But okay, the one last thing, this is it. And then it's like an hour later. And we're like, damn it. We tried to get off 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And didn't make it.
It's funny. I love that's why we started a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Because 1, we're entertaining, 2, we have good advice, and 3, we wanted people to talk about like the realness of it. Like
Mm-hmm.
we had days that we were like, we hate everybody, and then other days where we're blah, 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 blah. Like
Today is one of
it's
those
just
days.
fun. So Whitney came over. This was perfect. Whitney came over. She was like, don't hang up. And we were like, we've been on the phone for an hour and a half. 8 more minutes for you to get here. Ain't a problem.
Yeah.
So she gets in your bed and I'm laughing because we're FaceTiming. And I'm like, well, I have you both here. Let me find shoes. So I'm showing you the dress. And Whitney's like, let me go on Amazon. And she just goes on Amazon. And I was like, I was going to go shopping for
She
shoes.
goes, Sam, why? She goes, we're going to train you out of this. You're going to go on Amazon. And she was like, here's the like link. So we were finding your style. But
Yes.
But this is what I thought was funny too, is
This was funny.
I was so confident. Like what she was like, what about this, this? And I was like, that's not Sam. That's not Sam. I said, Sam wants like twisties with the thing. I said that. And you were like, yep. I was like, that's like a
Yes.
good moment. Cause I feel like I don't ever know people's styles. And for me to know like what she would like, I
Confident,
was like,
100%.
I feel really accomplished as a best friend that I know what shoe you would have picked versus like the ones with the bows. I was like, absolutely not. Get that out of here.
You were surprised
So-
that I wanted pink, but the pink does go with the dress. But I was
It
like
does go with the dress.
very wanting pink.
Yeah.
Like,
But you were like neon pink. We were like, no. But this is why you have girlfriends. This is why we have girlfriends.
I can't ask Hunter. That doesn't work.
He's not
He
going
goes,
to care.
no, he's not going to care. I bought the shoes off of Amazon that night. She was like, are you even going to order them? And I'm like, yes, because you just did all the work for me.
Yeah.
What you did was the part that I won't do. It is
Mhm.
currently, it was supposed to be here today. showing up on Wednesday.
What? I wonder if it's just because where your house is, like that your house is like kind of off the beaten path.
I mean, yeah, I'm not like in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of over here, but sometimes I have no problem, and sometimes it
Weird.
also, like, my address is weird. I'm obviously not going to say that, but like my address is weird, so like depending on what carrier they use,
Tell me
that
your
also
address,
could play.
your first and last name, your social security number, your birthday, your first dog's name, your high school mascot.
What
your
are all the
mother's
security
maiden name.
questions? There you
Yeah.
go.
Those are the security questions. The first name of your dog, your high school mascot, your mother's maiden name, your father's middle name.
Oh my God, why do you know just all of those?
Because I have to
those
pick.
are all of them.
Those are the ones that I pick.
I mean, I guess that's true.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't pick
Some of
the
the other
weird ones.
Well,
There's
some of the
one
other
that
ones I was like, these don't apply to me. I don't have
Yeah.
an answer for this. Or it could be a million things. And in a year when I ask of this or when I forget and it pops up, I'm not going to remember which answer I chose out
What's
of the
your
20
favorite
that I
color?
just thought of. Yeah, what color would you pick at that time? Like, it depends on what mood I was in that day. What color did I put?
We just talked about this too, of like our colors, our favorite colors are definitely transitioning away from blues to you're going more green and I'm going more like purpley
Pinkies.
blue and pink. Like I've definitely
Yeah.
leaned and we were like, is that the feminine coming in? Is that what that is?
This is our feminine energy. Okay.
Feminine energy.
What's your other update?
Oh, yep. I've talked about these before, fidget toys. I found a new one. So I've got these stim mags. They're the fun magnetic. Bree has played with them. I love these to death. I wish they
them
give
all
me
the time. I hear them all when Sam sends me voice messages or we're talking on the phone. I hear click, 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 and I'm like, all right. Like, and it's just funny because I know exactly what you're doing.
Yep, I got a specific routine. I wish they would. I need a discount code. Honestly, at this point, I love these so much. But I found a new one on Amazon. They were like $10. They're magnetic and they're spiky. They're like, I think labeled as like acupuncture ones, but they're really grounding and really calm because not only do they
So what do you do?
that,
You just squeeze them?
Squeeze them. This, I was rolling them on my arm. It's a good texture to like if you're like up in the spaces to bring you back down into your body because you could feel it. It doesn't hurt, but I can feel that there's little things. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know if I would like those.
It's not as fun to play with as this, but this is a good calming technique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like this I play with every day. Sending Brie a 20-minute voice message, all I'm doing in the background. But this is more of like a calming anxiety.
Cute.
$10. I'll link it on Amazon. I liked it and I was like, for $10, yeah.
We should reach out to them for a discount code.
We should. We'll do that. And then we'll have more updates where we say, hey, look, I have a discount code. So next thing, this is one thing I wanted to tell you and our 6 friends. I have always had really weak nails. I used to pick them. I pick off nail polish. That's why I don't do gel or acrylics. That's why I got the fidget ring to stop playing with my nails. I have a nail strengthener kit thing that I think is so fantastic. I had used one. I told you about it. It's like the Sally Hansen.
I really need to get it because mine, like, they're doing really good, but like this one just cracked or like chipped at the gym, and so then I had to like peel it all off.
I have never in my life had strong nails. I had been using one product for like 10 years that I thought was pretty good. But now that I've used this product, it is so good. But the key that has been changing and what I wanted to tell you is 1, get this kit. 2, cuticle oil. I think cuticle oil is really what has made the strength in my nails because I have been using cuticle oil as much as I can and remember throughout the week. Like pretty much you could do it every day. But that I feel like has been the game changer of actually having strong nails that I could like do something with.
Yeah.
Cuticle oil. Who knew?
How often do you use it?
Every day. As much as I could remember. But every day I just go in, do the thing, takes 5 seconds, rub it in, call it a day. Cuticle oil.
Interesting.
The kit that helps. So the kit has like 3 parts. It has the cuticle oil, and then it has like a strengthening and a repair kit. I got it from the bougie-ass nail salon that I liked down the road.
Okay.
They used it, and I said,
Yeah.
they charge $25 every time you do it. And I said, I bet I could find this on Amazon. Found it on Amazon for $25. That thing, that plus the cuticle oil, I have strong actual nails, and I haven't changed anything else.
I really, really actually need to get that. Like, I'm going to order it off of Amazon when we're done with here.
I will put it in the link in the description, and I will send it to you today. Final update. Have you updated your Spotify recently? Where is your library app? Is it like when you go to Spotify and you click on library?
It's in the middle.
Do you have the create on the side on the right?
Yes.
I just updated all my apps because I turned off the automatic updates because
mine automatically updates.
I turned that off.
It happened sometime and I realized it was different. And then I was like, well, this is new and I hate it, but we're going to get used to it. And now it's just my Spotify.
That is why I turned automatic updates off. But then every once in a while I have to update the app. So once in a while I'll go and update all of them. And it just happened for me yesterday. I'm so angry because I keep going to the create and being like, I want my library. This isn't where I'm trying to go. This is not my...
But do you go to your library often? Because I feel like I don't go to my library often. I feel like the way this is where it's like the way we listen to music is different.
Do you listen to all your blends?
I do the blends, but I do my like niche. So that's what I do a lot when it goes like, if you go to search and then it's like made for you and it's like your genre mixes, artist mixes, mood mixes, niche mixes. I go to those and depending on what I'm feeling, I pick one and hit play. That's why for the like yearly recap, I get whatever, we'll put it up here. Whatever my like thing is, it's like I don't put music together. I find a playlist and hit play and I listen to the whole playlist. So depending on what I'm feeling, I pick a playlist and hit play and it goes through and that's how I find new music is because it adds your songs plus new music. And that's how I find, but I will play the whole music depending on my mood. I might change it 3 times before I find the one that fits for me right then, but I find a playlist and hit go. And I don't go, like I hardly ever go to my liked songs and hit play.
And you do that, so that's how you normally most of the time listen to your music.
Yeah, like I'm 95% of the time.
I just started playing, shut up. I just started playing music on my phone. I feel like I'm curious to know if people are like that or like me because I add everything to my library and then I will go to my library and play from the top song and then I listen to like the top 8 or top 10 and then I recycle it. So like once you get out of my top 10, I stop really listening to consistently, but I will listen to the same song 400 times in a day and be totally happy. And I only are in moods like every once in a while I will go to those blend for you.
Interesting.
Because it's too, I want to listen to my music, but every once in a while I'll go find that. That's why I usually, other people find music and they tell me I'm gonna like it. That's how I've gotten a lot of music.
That's how I tell you.
Savannah used to give me a lot of music. You give me a lot of music. This guy Chris used to give me like all of my music. So that's usually, I'm curious to know which one's more normal or not normal, but like which one people do more often.
I think because like how many liked songs do you have? So if you go to your songs, like how many songs are in there?
Almost 2,000.
Oh, see, I only have 935.
I have 1,911.
So I think because you only add it that way, that's why you have so many. Mine are so like, I really like this song. And so like I'll listen on the niche, like on my playlist, like I'll hit go and it'll go through and I might know almost all of them, but not all of them are going to be in my liked playlist. Like I have to be like, I really, really like this to add it. So then it gives me new songs based off of what I like. Because if I like too much, then it only plays that and I get tired of it. That's why some playlists I can't play because it's all songs I like. And I'm like, I've listened to these a million times because that's why I like them. So that's why I go to the playlist and then I get my liked songs plus new ones.
Yeah.
Like they change so much because it's not
interesting.
I don't know, interesting. I'm curious how other people listen to music on Spotify.
Yeah. I'm curious to know how other people listen to it, because what's cool about mine is because this is the way that I listen to music, I can go back to any year in my life. So if I wanted to go back to junior year in college, I could scroll back to that year and figure out what music I was listening to and loved at that time.
Interesting.
So every season of life, I have, like, my senior year was all the music from Chris. It's pretty different than what I listen to now, but it's kind of similar. But I can go back to listen to, like, what was I feeling? What was I thinking in that, like, season of life? I think that's kind of fun.
No,
Kind of like the pictures.
Like Mom, I had to show Mom, so we went on our bike ride. I type in cycling, and it's like hype cycling mix. And I said, go. And it played great songs. That was a mix of songs I knew and songs that I didn't know. And I just went the whole time. And Mom was listening to her liked songs, but she doesn't ever like songs. So it was like, it was just
old, random,
it was just old, random, slow. And I was like, how the hell are you biking to this? She goes, well, I don't know what else to do. And I was like, Mom, and I was like, it'll play your music. Like, just type in what you're doing, swim, hiking, cycling, and it'll pop up mixes.
I don't use it that way.
Oh, see, that's how I do workout, cleaning, early morning, like everything that I do. If I go to listen to music, I type in almost what I'm doing. Shower, like walking, cycling.
Wow, okay.
Like I said, chores. Like that's just.
I've only ever done it for like country. Like if I'm feeling like, because in the summer, like my entire life, I've always like listened to more country in the summer and less country in the winter. And like same with like hip hop and rap, it's more in the winter and whatever. So like I go find country mixes, but I feel like that's the only time I ever really, or like top 20, 24 songs, like when the rap comes out. But otherwise, maybe I'll start using it more.
Interesting.
I'm really curious like what other people do. Because
I am too. Because it's so weird. It's so different.
I didn't know that either. So
I know, like, some people play, like, our friend puts together playlists. So, like, whatever she's doing, she'll, like, put a specific playlist together with songs she thinks fits that. And I'm like, I would be so indecisive, I would never be able to do it. So it's like, so here are the options. Do you play random playlists and let them go? Do you play your liked songs? Or do you make your own playlist? I feel like those are the three options with Spotify.
The only time I'm making a playlist is if I, like, were throwing a party. Like, I would do it for that. Or I have, like, since I was in high school, I had an anxiety playlist, which is, like, very slow songs. Not
with certain beats, right?
With certain beats. They have to have a very consistent beat that carries through the song because I really love focusing on that beat when I'm anxious. And so that's, like... It could be kind of a faster song or slow, but that consistent beat. I don't know. I wish I had more knowledge, like what that is called, because that's got to be called something in the music world.
It is, for sure. I just don't know.
I have no idea. But that's the only time I'm making a playlist. I used to have a running playlist, like in high school, again, that was like Nickelback, 3 Days Grace, like those, just
Saving
that,
Benjamin.
but otherwise, no.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well,
that's so fun.
I'm really curious what other people do.
I know. I need people to comment because I really am curious. But those are all of my updates. 25 minutes. Let's go. That's perfect timing, right in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah. Well, now I have my one update.
Oh.
We're close.
Right.
We'll be at 30, kind of. It's okay. Mine will be kind of quicker because it's not like, it's like more of a question. And so it's not like us talking about it. Okay. So guys, my update is I have started like journaling, and I've been journaling to James specifically just because of what's going on in our lives right now. Like, it just makes sense for us to talk and have these deep discussions this way. And so I started just being like, I need to get this out of my head. So I'm going to like start writing it down. So I was like, you know what, like instead of writing it to myself or to no one, which I never got the point, I was like, I'm going to write to him and ask for like, hey, these are things, because he's asked, like, I want to know what you're thinking about. And so I'm like, these are what's going through my head and like why. And so I like wrote like a little journal entry, sent it, but then he wrote back and I was like, wait, I actually really like this.
It's a cool idea.
He has such great insight, but also I love our intellectual conversations. Like that is something we match, I think, very well on, is just our intellectual level. And so to have that back and forth, it was great and I loved it. So I started doing that. But the first thing I journaled about was things about witchy woo-woo religion stuff. And I don't want to get too into it here on the podcast. Me and Sam have already kind of talked about it, but I don't want to get into it yet. But I'm thinking that where I was in life when I was first being introduced to the Bible and where I went and the people I was around and stuff, like the way I was taught doesn't match with where I am now in life. And I think that's why I've had such a disconnect. And so kind of realizing that now, I go, maybe kind of like I've had to reteach myself with relationships of like, hey, this was a toxic one and this is a healthy one and this is why it's okay, and like why you have certain triggers and why like things upset me or why I thought a certain way that isn't true. Like maybe I have those same things with religion and I was just not in a good one or not being taught in a good way. And now if I relearn and reteach myself, maybe it would make a better fit. It would make me feel more connected that way. So I'm looking for a like devotional journal that like walks you through the Bible with like prompts or something to like help with journaling. Because me just reading it by myself, I'm like, I can't do that. But I want like prompts. So if anyone has any, I've looked up a couple, but I was curious if anyone had any like one that they liked or that they've seen. Any recommendations of a devotional that has like journal prompts along that line.
Yeah, I have questions with it. Do you want a prompt at the top with a long writing passage? Do you want like, do you know what you kind of envision for it?
Yeah, I want like a passage that you read, and then like after the passage being like, here's a couple prompts about like, what is this, or what did you think about this, or you know, what was your take on
you
this,
want
or
to
like
ask
specific
you questions.
Yeah, like I want specific questions about what I just read.
Okay.
Like not like a quiz, but like more of like interpretation, how you felt, like your insight into this, like things like that. So I want like a passage, maybe like a little bit of a like, not a synopsis, but like somebody else's like
interpretation of it.
Yeah, someone else's interpretation, and then like a what do you think? What are your ideas? Like how does this make you feel type of thing. It's kind of what I was thinking.
The reason I ask is because journals are like one of those things that I always tell people you got to try a couple things because they are so specific. Like me personally, I have a very specific look for a very specific journal. I like certain things. So if you can give more clarity, which you just did, people should have some good recommendations because it gives them a little more idea. Because otherwise, if you go, what's your journal recommendation? I'm going to give you the one I want. But like the way I do it is so different than how somebody else is going to do it.
I need it to be not led, but if it's such an open-ended question,
it's a teaching.
I don't do well with that. Like I need a more like a specific prompt. I can't be just be like, tell me your thoughts. I don't know what my thoughts are. That's the problem. Like I need help organizing it. Cause I've had not just, not necessarily journal. I've had like gratitude journals that I've tried.
Yep.
And like even like, planners and stuff that have stuff in it, and it'll be like, what are your goals, or like, what are you grateful for this month? And I'm like, I need more than that. Like I don't you know, because to me, anytime like, what are you grateful for, most people are like, oh, you know, like my dogs, my kids, whatever. But it's like mine will always be the same. Like I'm never gonna be like, I'm grateful for my clothes today. Like I can never think of something outside of like the big ones.
Yeah, I have an exact tip for that. Whether you continue to do this.
Yeah.
When you were doing gratitude, this is how I started and like kickstarted my whole journal journey. I don't know if journey. Say that 5 times fast. That
this
sounds
is how
like
I started
vagina.
my JJ. Oh. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe, because it does. This is how I started my JJ. This sounds like you just are trying to say vajayjay
like
and you can't.
Starting an engine.
Vroom, vroom.
Anyway.
Make it purr.
Oh, God.
Okay. Anyways.
Oh, my God. I've been journaling since 2020, but I started with gratitude. When you do gratitude.
So much.
I do.
Yeah.
I've gone through
I've
so
never
many
been one
notebooks.
to do that, which is why I'm surprised I like this journaling. But you like just will write. And to me, I'm like, you go back and reread it. It's like once I write it, unless somebody's writing back to me, like I have questions and I want somebody to answer them.
Yes. Like, I will say, like, I have 5 years worth of journal. I have gone through very little. I always thought that I would go back, like, if I were to write a book, I would go back through that and basically read it and write a story about it. That's kind of that's why I kept them. But I've gone through I mean, a planner every year. So anyway, I started back to this journaling. When you do gratitude, you have to, I always tell people you have to get so specific. You have to be, what am I grateful for in this very second, in this very moment? So I always say, like, I'm grateful for my house in a safe neighborhood where I can walk around. I'm grateful for my alarm going off because I had an important meeting and I wasn't late. Like, very specific every single day. That's how you do gratitude, because the more basic, my house, my kids, my family, bleh, bleh.
Yeah, I can't,
Boring.
but like, I don't know. It's so hard for me to think of that because I'm like,
It is.
it's so hard. And I'm like, people make it be like so easy, like the three things just come to them. And I'm like,
No.
I could sit here but my problem is I will sit there for like 20, 30 minutes trying to think of something. And then I'm like, I just wasted all this time trying to think of something. And then people are like, why don't you do this? And I'm like, well, that was dumb. Like, thank you for taking my 30 minutes and narrowing it down to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if
say,
it's
I've
just
done
my
it
brain.
I've done it since 2020. It helps you really practice gratitude, because otherwise it's like far away. Like, it took me a long time to come up with those three. My whole journaling morning routine was like 15 minutes to journal. I only wrote 3 things that I was grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in 15, 20 minutes, that was it. And then it gets faster and then it gets better. And now I can come up, I use the same example every time. So like, it's not easy, but I really do think it helps so much with gratitude with that. But back to your journal and devotional, like, that is, everybody likes something different. So that's why I wanted to ask. And then I went on a tangent. Oops. Do you want to talk about your questions?
Yeah, so today we didn't have anything like super specific. We had our updates, but then I was like, you said you really liked the what's your top 3 what's your, like, just to open discussion. So I was like, there's tons of questions that are like, not what's your favorite color? What's your favorite movie? what would you like if you had 3 things to bring to an island? What would it be? Like,
I don't know.
Like, instead of the generic icebreakers that people try to do or try to get to know, like, I found these questions that were like, I don't know, it was like conversation starter. What is it? What did it say?
It was like 20 questions to ask your best friend, or 200 questions
200 fun questions. Yeah, 200 fun questions to ask your friends, and then table talk. And I thought they were really just like interesting questions that you actually have to kind of think about. And I'm curious our answers, because I think we'll be surprised. So I think we go through as many as we can in the next 20 minutes, give or take. We'll probably tangent a few times based off of our answers.
Yeah.
But I figured we'll just talk through a couple questions. And so every couple episodes or every episode, we'll go through a question or two. And I'd be curious your guys' thoughts as well, because I think it'd be fun, and it's different things for us to
It's
tell
like
each
a
other.
cool little, like, throw in there. We're going to throw it in, and it'll be like a discussion. It'll be a fun...
You know what? Yeah, you know what I think would be really fun is, have you seen, a lot of people do it on podcasts, so they'll go like, say a word and see if we can get like closer. So, right, if we were like 3, 2, 1, like pencil, and you were like this, and we try to guess the same word, and then there's other ones too. So it's, to me, it's almost like that. Like, we're trying to play a game that is getting us on the same thought, or like getting to know each other. So eventually we will divulge into that, because I think those are fun and interesting, and they make me crack up every time, because I feel like they're so random, and then the hosts end up cracking up so much because it's like they obviously know each other.
They're like game shows. It reminds me of like game shows, and like I used to love watching all the different game shows and stuff like that. Like,
if
you
you
still
go
watch
on a
Celebrity
game show,
Jeopardy?
I do. If you could go on a game show, which one did you go on?
Ooh. My first thought was Wipeout, but I want to take that immediately back.
I was like, man, you just told me no to obstacle courses. So I'm like, what?
No. I think that's why. Ooh.
It's not on the list.
Is yours Jeopardy?
No. I surprised, because Celebrity Jeopardy has easier, like, cards, but I feel like I don't know as much outside of my realm of expertise. Fair. So when it's on certain stuff, like anything to do with like history or like literature stuff, like nope, like don't have any idea.
Now that you put me on the spot, I really can't think of any game shows. Like,
I am
so terrible at trivia. So like, not trivia based. Like, my brain literally goes.
Yeah. I feel like I would want to do Price is Right.
That was kind of what I was thinking, but then I was trying
Family
to think of
Feud.
the other ones. Oh, Family Feud I would probably say Family Feud.
There's also, I don't think you've seen it. I think it's called The Floor. It is. It's called The Floor. I've talked about it on
I've
here.
seen tons of clips of it, but no, I haven't watched it.
That would be fun, but what would be, if you could pick a topic that you're like
Mm-hmm.
the expert in, what topic would you pick?
Ooh.
I feel like forensics is out because that's like what we would go with.
I feel like it would have to either, like, my two options are forensics or anxiety. Like,
Oh,
like,
interesting.
I got my certificate in neuroscience in college. So, like, I have
Uh-huh.
all of that. I did a lot of psychology classes. I know a lot about the DSM and, like, a lot of the biology side of it. And so I'd
Uh-huh.
probably go either forensics or anxiety. Those would be the only two options that I
See,
could think of.
they had one on there that was lab equipment, and I nailed that one. So it's like, I feel like forensics, lab equipment, I feel
Yeah.
like it could, I want to say guns, but at the same time, no, because I know specific parts of guns, but I don't know
Yeah.
different types of guns. Like, if you show me
Yeah.
a picture, I'm not
I
like,
couldn't fool somebody
that's
into
a-
thinking that I'm an expert about that.
yeah. So I think I would either go like lab equipment forensics, or I would go like Disney characters or like Disney songs. Like,
Okay.
I would have to go something just because I feel like I know so much of them.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm a Disney adult, guys. Like, I have the kids, but like, I grew up on Disney too. So,
Yeah.
like, that's kind of been the thing. I'm like, what else could I?
I would do, when it push came to
I'm like,
shove,
can I do
I would
smut
go
books?
forensics.
Can I go instead of, well, Lexi, instead of it being smut books, what about, I wonder if tropes would be one. Like, if I did tropes and it would, I don't know how that would work though, but
I have no idea.
another one did
Logistics aren't part of this conversation.
art supplies. Like, that was a really cool one that I actually knew like quite a bit. So that's Assassin's Creed.
Push comes to shove, I'm going forensics because I got
Yeah.
my master's degree in it, so I had a lot of exposure to, like, a lot of the
Yeah.
other disciplines as well.
Even biology. I feel like if I went biology, like,
I wouldn't go biology.
there's a periodic table. Do you think you would nail the periodic table? Because I nailed that one.
No.
But I did more
No.
chemistry classes too. So I was like, periodic table? Okay. I'm looking through the top like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions. But
Yeah.
I'm like, some of them we're not gonna have enough time if I ask it. Plus, I think it's gonna make us cry. So we're gonna.
I don't know if I'm ready to cry yet.
I don't want to cry. They're just cute questions. So, like, ready? One of them was, what's the most impactful thing you've learned from a friend? And the other one was, what's something you wish you could tell your younger self? And so I was like, those would make us cry. We're not going to get into those.
No thanks. Not today.
If you could learn, this is the question we're really going to ask. This is it. Okay. If you could learn the truth behind any one secret or mystery, what would it be?
If you could learn the truth behind one secret
or mystery, what would it be?
Do.
Oh, come on. I have like an immediate, like.
Give me yours. Let me think.
Oh, I would want to know if there's other species. Like, is there really vampires, werewolves, aliens?
Mm-hmm.
I would want to know if there's other life besides us. Secret or mystery.
Yeah. My first thought was aliens.
Yeah.
But I would include, now that you included fairies, werewolves, I would include that as well. But my first thought was aliens.
Yeah.
But then again, I know aliens exist, so, like, maybe I guess not alien. I guess I'm copying yours because my first thought was aliens, but they've said aliens are true. So.
Yeah, but like.
Because I don't care about, like, how the world started. To me, that doesn't matter.
Know? Oh, that would be a good one, though.
See, that I don't care about.
It would, like, answer the question, but yeah, I don't know if that would be my first. Like, my first thought is we're not alone, and you feel you're not alone, but it's like, I want to know what's there. Like, you know how most people say you can't tell, like, the government has secrets because if they told the public, most of the public would panic and it would be pandemonium. Like, yeah. I don't feel like I'm one of those people.
No.
Maybe other people are, but, like, I would want to know.
I would want to know if there's werewolves, fairies. Like, I already believe that there has to be. My other thought that would be... oh, shit. I just lost it. Fuck, I lost it. Never mind.
If you could pick a skill to learn instantly, what would it be?
Pick a skill?
Yeah.
Dance.
Really?
Yeah, dance. Like, not... Like, I can't say, like, teleport, right? Like, we're not going that way. Like, actual skills.
Yeah. Like, what skill?
Dance.
Interesting.
I'd love to be able to dance. Like, actually dance. Like
dance?
Yeah.
Dance.
I went, like,
the complete opposite. I'm like jujitsu. Like, I would want to know.
Okay.
I would want to know some form of martial arts or combat skill. Like I want to fuck some people up. Or be
so
able
funny
to.
how ours is so different.
Like
That's funny.
yours is all cute and like, I want to dance. She was a fairy. And I'm like, I want to be able to unalive people. I just think because there's the saying that it's like to really know a skill, you have to put it in 10,000 hours, right? To be a master.
Yes.
And it's like sometimes I think I'm so far, and I'm really not. I mean, right? Like we're in our late 20s, but it's like if I started this 5 years ago, I could already been hours and hours into this. Like,
yeah, but the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. Like,
yeah, but it's like
5 years ago you did. So, oh well.
I just
learn it out.
I just think that sometimes like I would have loved to be able to have that and be able to do that.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, yeah,
that's a fun. I like it. I like that ours was so different.
So different. Fun. Yeah. Do we want to do
Give
one
me more
more?
questions.
We're gonna cut some out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you had a time machine, would you go back in time or into the future?
Into the future.
Really? Why?
1000%.
Why? How far into the future?
This is gonna sound terrible. I don't really care about history. I know I should. I know it's important, and I know I'm smart enough to understand that there are pieces of history that I have to pay attention to. But there is no part in history that I have any bit of a connection to that I would want to go back. How far in the future? Probably not that far.
Okay.
Honestly, I would probably go, let's say, like 100 years.
Okay.
Like, probably not that far. What's yours?
Why
are you looking at me like that?
Because I was like, Sam's gonna immediately go to the future, but my thought is, I don't want to see what the world looks like 100 years from now, knowing I can do absolutely nothing now to change it because it's the way that it is, because it is now. Like, you know, all those things about people who time travel and you go, well, shit, I'm gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I went to the future, and maybe it's because I have kids, but if I went to the future and it was like so messed up,
bad. Yeah.
I would come back and feel horrible knowing that whatever is there, like, my kids are going to have to live through that, and there's nothing I can do, and I won't be here. Versus, like, I think I would be more intrigued to go, okay, I don't really care too much about history either. Like, I get it, but I think there's a lot of stuff or weird specific things that happened
that you would want to go see.
That I would want to go see what really went down.
My 100-year after I said it feels very far. Now that I'm really kind of being like, because I said 100 and then I was like, actually, I'd probably go like
50 years from now, you'll be in your 80s ish. No. Yeah. 70, late 70, early 80s. 50 years, 60s.
You know what?
You'll probably live another 70 years. So, like, you're not that far off. But if you have kids, your kids will be 30, 40, and they're going to still be like, yeah.
I would probably take it back and say 10 years. I would probably go 10 years.
Why? I don't want to know.
10 years would be cool to see, like, see what it looks like in 10 years. And then if I didn't like it, I had the time to change it. But also, like, just to kind of know, like,
but do you, though?
Hey, this is coming and this is really cool. It feels like more of a manifestation, kind of like 10 years in the future. 100 years feels way too far. 10 years. I take back my answer.
Because Zach's all like, if you watch any like time travel movie, they always think like, oh, well, I saw it and I came back and like now I'm gonna fix it. But it's like, no, everything's already happened. So like 10 years into the future, you already went and saw that and came back.
But then when you come back, you can always change it because there's free will.
No,
because you're back in here.
Always whatever it is.
No.
Because you look at it, and even if you're like, everything's great, you're going to always in your mind go, that's what I'm aiming for. And if it's not, you're going to go, oh, I'm changing it. And even if you're changing it, you already saw what it is.
See, I don't believe when I think that, I don't think that it's happened. I think that you still have that free will of like, more of like a glimpse into like what it would look like. Like you would still have the ability to change it. Where would you go back in history to then?
I'll pick one. Like,
oh, really? Just anywhere not future?
Yeah, just anywhere not the future. I mean, I feel like there's just some weird stuff that has happened that it would be cool to go back and actually see what it was like and if we're actually right with what we, because right, like there's stuff that we find and we're like, oh, based off of what we found, this is what we think. And I'm like, is it though? Like, you don't know. Like, I'd want to just like go back, almost like Outlander. Like, I would want to just go back and see what it was like a few hundred years ago and see if we were right. Maybe we're way the hell off.
I don't have anything that I could think of that I would want to go back and see. Like, I don't know. I do know I was going to be in the future just because.
Because you like looking ahead. Not that I like looking behind, but I know you like to project what's going to happen. And so you would want to go see. I'm right. I'm your best friend. I know what the hell you're thinking. But it's like, I would be not scared, but I don't want to see it, because if that doesn't happen, I feel like, and it's something I wanted, I would be so disappointed. Like, I feel like our future changes every day based off of our decisions. So it's like you said, I can either make a decision and it's going to completely change that. I feel like I would worry with myself too much of, did I make the right choice to still have that future? And you would never know.
I think in the time, like when I came back, I would be worried about that. But sitting here now, like that obviously not being an option, I would go if I don't do anything, if I just do what I think is right, that's what's going to get me there. Like that is, and then if I actively want something different, then I can change it. But if it's meant for me, it's meant for me.
Well, so let me throw a question. 10 years from
when
now,
I got there, I would be stressed, but logically, that's
10 years
different.
from now, 10 years from now, you show up, you see yourself.
Yeah.
You're not with Hunter, you're with someone else. You have no idea who this guy is. What the hell? You come back, now what? Do you go, hey, I went to the future and I saw him with somebody else, but you don't know when you left Hunter. Was it right now? Was it 5 years from now? Was it 8 years from now?
Like that.
I know. You could go forward and you guys are together and everything's great, but you don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, what if you went forward and you saw something that you're like, what the hell? Like, how the hell did I get here? And then you have to come back and be like, I have no idea how I ended up here. Like, you're in Alaska with some random dude, married, living on 200 acres.
Yep.
And you have no idea who this person is, how you got to Alaska. Are you kidnapped and now you have Stockholm syndrome? Like, you don't know how you got there, whatever. But now you got to come back, and now you're in Texas with Hunter, and you're like, what the hell? Yeah, like, you see, this is why I can't, because there's too many unknowns. Like, what if I go in the future and I don't know, I have 6 more kids? Like, what the hell happened between now and then? I have 6, like,
I guess I don't like that. But
where would I don't know. There's just, I mean, you could still go to the future. If I'm going
I don't
to
like
the
it.
future,
You ruined the future for me.
Well, to me, you would have to go, like, I'm going to go 2,000 years in the future just to see what the fuck.
So vastly,
so far.
That's not in my 100 years of living.
Me, my kids, my whatever, like, it's not in my realm of ever being connected to, knowing anybody there. See what the hell is going on. Like, you would have to go either so far forward or so far back.
Can I change my answer for the 5th time?
Yeah.
I would go so far in the future, because still to me, the idea of going back, there's nothing for me to go like back to. I changed my answer, like, so far in the future, because I'm definitely right where I don't want to go 100, because then it's my kids' lives. I don't want to go 10 years, because then it's my life and I really have no idea where to get through. I really do need to go like thousands of 200 years. Like, is this Earth still even a planet, or are we in a box? You know, like,
is there dragons or is there not?
At some point, there's got to be dragons, right? Like,
I'd be so jealous though if I went 1,000 years in the future and there's dragons. I'd be like, damn it.
I know.
Okay. Anyways,
but I think that's a good one.
Now that I've talked
I
you out
changed
of
it all a million times, but I like that was a good one.
But I like the, like, as soon as you said, like, I'd go like just a little bit, I was like, my brain says no, and this is why.
Well, I've never been asked that. So 100 was like, okay, I get to see like later, but too far sounded scary. But then you ruined that, and then that made no, I don't want to go there. Never mind.
I didn't
Then 10
ruin
years
it.
was like,
I talked to you about it. I talked to
No,
you
of
about your
course.
decision.
of course. And then I came to my adult conclusion that those two answers sucked.
That this question is bullshit. This question is bullshit. I don't like it anymore. Sam's like, you made my happy question into a sad question.
What the hell? No, that was a good point. I feel like we've given 700 updates and good questions. I think we should do these questions, like maybe a question or two every once in a while. I think that would be really fun. But I think that's a good spot to end it in the future.
I also, if people would like it, I kind of liked our little like book corner. Like what we're reading this week or what we're listening to this week. Because I didn't tell you this, and we're going to end on this. And you're going to be like,
okay.
I started the 1, 2, 3. I started the 4th series of the Make Games today.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. Because I started it and I said, oh God, this is so good. I forgot. And I was like, it was on sale too. So how could I not buy it? Because it was on sale. So
But it's not done.
2 of the books are out and the 3rd one's about to come out. It's going to be okay.
I don't care. It's not done.
I know, but it's okay. But you were listening to it. And I got really jealous because I missed them. And it's so good, guys. Like, I think if anybody, like, just the narration is so spot on with all of them. God, it's great. And so I was like, because you kept talking about it, and I was like, God, I really miss them. And so I was like, fuck it, bye. So I started it today, and it's good. And now I'm all happy, and I have sexy accent voices in my life again.
Did you buy it on Audible?
Yeah, I did.
Or Kindle? Oh, good. So I can listen to it when it comes.
Yeah. No, it's Audible.
Have we talked about it on here that I will not read a series that's not finished? I will not put myself through that torture of reading a book series that's not done.
This is why we're going to do book corner every once in a while too, if people like it, because I thought it was interesting because you were like self-help books, and I was like, but you like these, so I think it would be something cool to like talk about if people want to listen to it, but also stuff like this where you won't, and I put myself through the torture, and then I reread them because I end up forgetting, and then
I'm so glad that me talking about the book that you recommended, because it is seriously so good. Go listen to it. Is so good that you were like, oh my God, I need to listen to it again. Or I need to get back into it.
I missed them, and I couldn't find a podcast that I wanted to listen to, and I wanted a book, and I tried to find ones that were on Audible. So I tried looking at ones that were on there, and I was like, none of these are interesting to me. Like, I just want this one so bad that I was like, I can't. Like, I'm never going to find anyone that lives up to this right now.
Yep.
Bye.
We'll put the link in the titles and the link in the description below. And thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you next week on episode 21.
21. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and TikTok.
Yes. Yes. And our goal, as always, is 500 subscribers on YouTube. And I think that's it.
Yep.
All right. Bye. Just the music playing.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Rude. Give us fucking 5 minutes.
That was really freaking rude.
Dude, that TikTok sound is so in my head. Like, all the time. I've had to be really cautious about not playing with my fidget toys because they're down here.
You're like, I wanted to show them, but I've not played with them.
But I can't play with them.